or particular communities or particular areas. So, in this way, customary law is a common field there. So, I'll go a bit faster. In philosophy, how many of you are from philosophy department? Anybody? If there is nobody from philosophy, then I am safe. Because I may commit mistake in talking about philosophy, though I studied philosophy till my degree days. So, the worldview of the folks. Now, what is philosophy? Philosophy is called the mother of sciences and mother of arts. Why? Because it is the apex of all knowledge. It is the highest level of all knowledge. That is why you are given PhD degree. Not doctorate in political science, doctorate in economics. You are given doctorate in philosophy. Even if you are a student of literature, culture, economics, political science, history, geography, science, art, commerce, you are given, even physicians, they are given PhD, Doctor of Philosophy. So philosophy is the apex knowledge, the highest level of knowledge. What is the highest knowledge of highest level of knowledge concerned with? It is concerned with the truth. To find out the truth. Now, all knowledge aims at finding out truth. You have to find out truth in law, in the court, in the police station, in the classroom, at home, everywhere. So, everybody is running after truth. The meaning of everything is tried to be found out by the scholars, in different disciplines. So, the worldview of the folks is never reflected in the treatises of the philosophy. Now, philosophy, since it is the highest level of knowledge, and the highest level of thinkers write it. The highest level of thinkers think over it and they contribute to it. But whatever is contributed by them is not disseminated to the grassroots level, to the common folk. Does that mean that they don't have their own philosophy? If philosophy is truth and the highest level of knowledge of anything or highest level of knowledge for anything, then the common folk also can have their level of knowledge and their attainment of truth. They can try for attainment of truth. So, in this way, they have their own worldviews. If the scientists believe that the moon is a small planet that orbits around the Earth. Now, what is the moon called? Is it a planet?
Satellite.
It is a satellite. So, we all know that. Is there any doubt that the moon is the satellite of the Earth and there is no people living there? There is no water. There is no land occupied by Adani and Ambani. We all know that.
Yes. We can't say. We can't say. We're not sure.
Yeah. We can't say. That is knowledge. So, the curiosity that has led to the thinking of the common people, the scholars alike, to arrive at the truth. But then, truth is not the same for everybody. For him or for many of us, it is doubtful. We are agnostic about the existence of life in the moon. Some people are agnostic about the existence of God. But some people are sure there is water. One day we will occupy the moon and we will make a house there. And I will take tourists. Now Satyap may be thinking, he was in the tourism department, no? He will be guiding people to the moon. And Some people might be thinking, no, whatever money has been spent on this moon mission is all done in vain. It is all wastage. They should have distributed the money to us. This time also one, what do you call this? Chandrayaan, what was that name? Chandrayaan 3. Some 600 something crores, no? If that money was distributed among us, we would have got something. So people think like that. They are wasting this money. But there are some people who think in a different way. There is a basil plant on the moon. And under that basil plant, the old woman who lives there lights a lamp every day, every evening. So that belief is there. So that belief is folk belief. That is the that is the part of the worldview of the common folk. Yeah, that is the part of the worldview. And they are convinced about that. You can never convince them that there is no old woman living there and there is no basil plant and there is no lighting of lamp. They will never be convinced. I am evidence to that. My grandmother, when I was in class 5 or so, people landed on the moon. Who were the people?
Neil Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong. Anybody?
Edwin Aldrin.
Anybody? Michael Collins. These 3 people went to the moon. Only one landed on the moon. 2 landed and 1 stayed in the car. If something happens, he will go back to the car.
Apollo 11. Apollo 11.
Yeah, that was Apollo 11 in 1969. So at that time I told my grandmother, Grandma, people have landed on the moon. Then I am from a village on the other side of the river, from Hajo. The first reaction she said, "Jao ei kon pora, mung joga banal ge." So she thought that I was teasing her. Then I said, no, it is real fact, it's true. People have landed. I then switched on the radio and the news was there on the radio for some days and she listened to it but she never believed it. From 1969 to 1977, she died in 1977. Whenever I met her, I always used to hammer her, Aita, it is a true thing, it is kosa kotha, manu chandrat namise. Every time she used to rebuke me and she never believed it till her death. So that is a kind of worldview that the people have in the villages. So these kind of worldviews have led to the belief in the dining, the existence of the dining, and finally the killing of the dining. You know how strong these beliefs are. For educated people, elite people, it may not sound so important, it may not sound so serious, but for common people it is very serious. If I all of a sudden say that Mr. So-and-so is a dining, here nothing will happen, nobody will say anything, but if it is in a village where there is a strong belief on the dining, there people will start alienating him, egoria kora, tarpisot parile, tar mati dukor dokol kora, ityadi ityadi. So these are there. So the worldview of the folks, these things are studied in folklore. Now these are the truths that the folks have attained at. That there is a basil tree, that there is a dining, that there is a gurapak, that there is a door, that a particular mantra cures an ailment, that if somebody looks at a coconut plant, the whole of the coconut bunch will fall down, she has an evil eye. All these things are there in the worldview of the folks. So these things are opposition to truth. These are lies, these are falsities, but they are true for the people who believe in them. And for them it is life and death question. They can never give up. When a snake bites a person, Even if you tell somebody 100 times that unless you give him antivenom, uh, he will die, the villager will first go to the bed. The village mendicant, the snake charmer, and get some medicine from him. When the situation will be serious, then only he will be rushed to the hospital. Or in some cases, when the patient dies, then it will be rushed to the hospital for the doctor to declare it as death. So people know it. Even then they do it. Now these things have helped the common people also. Sometimes these are boons in a way. Because we don't have antivenoms in every hospital, in every locality. We have only civil hospitals in the district headquarters where antivenoms are available. And in case of snake bite, it can happen anywhere. And in some cases, half an hour to 1 hour is the maximum duration a person will live after the snake bite. So he will never reach the hospital. So what happens in case of snake bite, not only snake bite, in case of drowning also, people die not because of the venom or by drowning, but people die because of heart failure. Because of the initial trauma, people are so afraid. When the snake bites, people become afraid. Now if a snake comes into this room now, just now, it is not possible for me to teach anymore. There will be very high-pitched screamings. Everybody will start screaming and get some wounds. Somebody's hand will be broken, somebody's leg will be broken. Everybody will try to go out of the room. So that will be the situation. But the snake may not be a poisonous one. It may be a non-poisonous one. Even then people are so afraid. Now what happens when a snake bites, people become so traumatic that they die of heart